Sometimes you're just in the mood for a short, hard-hitting shooter experience. Something arcadey with a lot of bang that can be finished in a couple of hours. I was looking through my Steam library, and as a friend of mine was playing some shitty first-person shooters himself recently, I thought I'd give another City Interactive game a try. Enter Alien Rage, or Alien Rage Unlimited, or Alien Rage. I thought it was supposed to be pretty hard, so I did something I rarely do, playing it not on the hard or hardest difficulty. And that was probably a good choice, to be honest, and I don't feel ashamed to play Alien Rage on the lowest difficulty. After all, it has already Rage in its title, and there's no easy or normal difficulty. Challenging, hard, and brutal. I don't even want to know how the higher difficulties look like. I just assume it's either all the same tough difficulty, just called different, or it gets ridiculously hard. On hard and on brutal you just die when starting the game. But how was Alien Rage? Well, coming from City Interactive you can assume the worst. But actually it was kind of playable. It's not great, but I was kind of surprised of how not bad it was. It would actually be an enjoyable experience if it wasn't for those balancing issues. You see, Alien Rage has hit-scan enemies that just try to rush you. Did you ever play Serious Sam Second Encounter? There are those sniper-like enemies in the South America levels that shoot at you from the other side of the map and almost always hit you and are hard to spot as they are so far away. Well, Alien Rage has only that kind of enemy, but worse. There are snipers that shoot their rifles like semi-automatics, and often enemies from the other side of the hall are shooting at you, and those are some big halls. Fortunately, that gets kind of better when progressing through the game, but it's still frustrating. I was already dying once in the first level. That's pretty crazy. The gameplay is not too bad besides that. It's not great, but the shooting is kind of fun. There are a couple of guns, like the Gears of War Bulletstorm-like assault rifle, and a handgun, which is great for headshots, some kind of LMG, similar to the Bulletstorm gun, a shotgun, and a bunch of alien weapons, including two kinds of shotguns, one of which isn't even that bad. An alien assault rifle, which can quickly overheat, a useless sniper rifle as enemies are running towards you and you can't aim fast enough to get them, a rocket launcher, and some other stuff I'm blanking on at the moment. There are also some secondary fire modes which can be used when you have one of these blocks filled, which you can do by collecting ammo boxes. The shooting is kind of fun, heads and bodies can explode, it's often satisfying and you can score special kills, which will be mentioned by the voice inside of Jack's head. Oh right, you're playing as Jack, some kind of space marine, who is storming an alien mine in space, which turned into a death zone for humans. Jack basically kills his way through hordes of enemies, eventually trying to destroy the whole mining operation. This game could also just be called, well, that escalated quickly, the game. On my way to the end goal, I killed everyone that came across my path, even unarmed aliens, some of them covering on the ground, begging for their lives, while I was putting holes in them as my score was rising, unlocking a few abilities to be an even more efficient killer. The funny thing is just that you can pick up audio logs, and while I didn't collect all of them, I picked up a fair bit. In those logs, a journalist is talking about her time in the mine and getting to know the aliens. I might have got something wrong, but it sounded like the humans were mistreating the aliens until they rebelled and started killing all the humans in the mine. So basically the aliens had a good reason to fight against the humans, especially after Jack came into action and single-handedly killed an entire mine, including one of their gods. I guess now they are really pissed. But on the other hand, as I killed everyone in the mine, there will probably be no loose ends, and as a victor I will write the history. But somehow I can't but like Jack. He's such a brainless brute, he even admits to being dumb and not understanding anything a couple of times.
That console operates the drill's cooling systems. Access the admin mainframe and disable their routines.
Tell you what, I'm gonna hit these keys at random.
And now you trigger the defense mechanism.
I missed the time. This type didn't run, and it did.
Heads up, turrets.
At some point he is told to hack into systems or manipulate parts of the ship, but he usually just hits buttons on or the terminals. At one spot towards the end he just walks around the keyboards and punches them to death. There are a couple of cool things you can do to mix things up. While killing an entire alien race, you can use a minigun, making Jack scream and curse while shooting. You jump into a mech suit and kill aliens, and there is a terrible tram section you have to survive. It's an okay game. It would have been more enjoyable if the enemies wouldn't be able to hit you from everywhere. There could have been more variety in the environments and level design, but with a bit more than 5 hours to complete this thing, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I bought this part of the Humble Bundle, I think, and I don't regret buying or playing it. I will probably never touch it again, but for those couple of hours it was fine. And I think that Brian Bloom voiced the main character, which would be kind of odd. So yeah, if it just costs a couple of bucks, you can give it a try.